Hello.
Excuse me. Hello.
I think I'm blind. What white? Oh, what's the signal? Nice signal, I guess.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. A warm welcome to everybody. Before we start the main sessions with all the speakers, we are going to be entertained by the school Sri DASMESH International School Choir, consisting of 11 members, led by Master Raina. Wasn't that absolutely amazing? Angelic voices. Give them another big round of applause. For the next item, we have members of the Parish Ministry of Ecumenical and Interreligious Affairs from the Church of Our Lord's Klang. Can I invite you up to the stage, please?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The people you see here are not a proper choir. We only became a choir this evening, practiced once. So if we are not up to your expectations, please forgive us.
Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity will one day be restored. And they Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Is it like that? Vijay. Vaheguru. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। वाहिगुरु सब में जोत जोत है सोई, सब में जोत जोत है सोई, सब में जोत जोत है सोई, सब में जोत है सोई, सब में जोत है सोई, सब में जोत है सोई। किस दे चानन सब में चानन होए, किस दे चानन सब में चानन होए, सब में जोत है सोई, सब में जोत है सोई, सब में जोत है सोई, जोत है सोई, जोत है सोई, जोत है सोई। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ। ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਘੱਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ। ਕਾਹਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬੈਠੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ? ਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਭਰੀ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਉਹਦੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਸਮਾਂ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਣ। ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੋ ਉਹਦੀ ਫੁਲਵਾੜੀ ਦੇ ਖਿੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਮਹਿਕਦੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਜੋ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਬਣੇ ਹੋਏ ਔਰ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਸਮਰਪਣ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਬੈਠੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਉੱਚੀਆਂ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਹਨ। ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਫੀਲਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਸੁਣਾਂਗੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੂੰਹੋਂ ਹੀ, ਪਰ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਖੇਤਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦੀ ਤਨੋ ਮਨੋ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਚੁਣੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਰੂਹਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਆਪੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦੀਆਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੰਮਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਲੇਸ਼ੀਆ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 94 ਰੂਹਾਂ ਹਨ। ਸਾਰੇ ਮਲੇਸ਼ੀਆ 'ਚੋਂ 94 ਰੂਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਆਈਆਂ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਭਰੀ ਸੁਹਾਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਯਾਦ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੀ। ਅਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਡਭਾਗੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣਨਾ। I was saying that so blessed is this evening. This is one of the rarest of rare events, rarest of the rare events that in which so many blessed souls get together on the same dais, on the same platform. I had heard a lot about them. I was in Canada during the North America trip to bathe myself in the dust of the feet of the Sangat. That Beti Surinder Kaur ji wrote me a letter about this. And I have read about each and every one of them. They are the chosen flowers of his garden. hand-picked by the divine, hand-picked by the divine to serve his humanity, to serve his family. Last year, with God's grace, we were blessed with the idea that this idea of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, not idea, it's a truth, truth, that सब में ज्योत ज्योत है सोए, गुरसाखी ज्योत प्रगट होए. That the message to the whole humanity, message of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, that Lord is our common Lord. Lord is our common Lord and our common Father. Tu Sanja Sahib, Baap Hamara. And then, Sab mein jyot jyot hai soe. Everybody in this poster is showing that everybody, everything, be that humans, animals, birds, insects, trees, water, fire, stars, everything, mountains, they all are carrying divinity with it, the divine light with it. सब में ज्योत ज्योत है सोए, गुर साखी ज्योत प्रगट होए. And that divine light is revealed within through the teachings of the Guru. Gur Sakhi, Guru di Sikhya leke, Gur Sakhi Jyot Pragat hoye. And this fact, this truth about our existence, that we all are pearls string together. We cannot be separated from each other. ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਲੱਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ. ਬੰਦਗੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਸੱਚਾਈ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ. ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਉਸ ਇੱਕ ਜੋ ਆਪਸੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ. We all are one. We cannot be separated. We all are part of the same nature, part of his nature. As animals and birds, trees and everything, his nature. We are part of his nature. Prabh tuddon bar koi nahi. Nobody is outside of his nature. And we are here to celebrate the oneness and our love for each other. And these so beautiful souls, it's such a pleasure to sit amongst them. And I want each and every one of them to tell their stories, that how they got, how they received the favor from the Lord. Okay, Vaheguru.
Thank you, Pyare Babaji. just like Babji had said, these are all the chosen flowers of his garden, and let's all hear what these chosen flowers have to say today. So we would like to invite the first flower to grace the stage and share with us. And this flower is Swamiji Supriyananda. Swamiji is the president of the Ramakrishna Mission Malaysia. Swamiji, just to share a little bit, we had some time to, when we were inviting all these flowers, we had some time to visit them and personally invite them. We had the chance of visiting Swamiji at the ashram itself, and being there, seeing how they lived their lives with just their teachings, how they shared their love, accepting us with open arms, made us feel so humbled. In the words of Sri Ramakrishna, God has
strength and with all your heart, and your neighbor as yourself. This, therefore, represents the vertical and the horizontal dimension. They find their focus in Jesus. And this is very important if you see this. And what about the body of Christ hung there? This speaks about how much he loved. And how much does he love? Well, let me demonstrate by using my hands. This much? This much? This much? No. This much, as far as his body could span, he loved us this much. And he covers both the vertical and the horizontal dimension. And this is what we talk about when we talk about that oneness. Christ loved us so much that he gave his only son. Christ loved us so much that he died for us, and he died on the cross, endured a horrifying death. But before that, his prayer was about oneness. And what did he pray? And this is the great prayer which he prayed before he died. This is chapter 17 of the Gospel of John. And he was sharing, I'm not asking for them alone, but also on behalf of those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one. As you, Father, are in me, and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you sent me. I have given them the glory you gave me, so that they may be one as we are one. This expresses that oneness of the vertical dimension and the horizontal dimension. And it is precisely in this that we find, I was very surprised to see this beautiful poster, because it recognizes that divinity, that divine spark in each one of us. And not only that, it also recognizes that divine spark in nature as well. And so it's as though God is in everything, inspires everything, energizes everything. So how do we express it? We express it in a hymn, and it's called the Canticle of the Sun. Those of you who know, it goes like this. The heavens are telling the glory of God, and all creation is shouting for joy. Come dance in the forest, can play in the field, and sing, sing to the glory of the Lord. This hymn recognizes that there is a divine spark in each of us, in nature, in all created things. There is that divine spark, that divine inspiration. This is the one which binds us together. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, it's this. Okay. I know. I know. Just a short moment, a short while. Just a short while. Okay. As we say in Tamil, kunjum kunjum teriong. Can. Okay. And so the hymn which was sung earlier is very good, especially the Catholic Church was singing this. And what was that? We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that all unity may one day be restored. And we'll hope we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. And this talks about our oneness, our unity, our common destiny in our common home, the earth, not just Malaysia, not just Peninsula, but the earth, and that this, our earth, is our common home. Let us take care of it, but more importantly, let us take care of each other, lest we forget that we are all created beings, created by that one greatness of God, and each one of us has that divine spark. I'm very sorry. I think I exceeded my time. Please forgive me.
Thank you, Reverend Father. The next flower that we would like to invite to grace the stage will be Mr. Sunil Sukhvir Singh. Mr. Sunil Sukhvir Singh is the president of United Sikhs Malaysia. This very organization has helped more than hundreds of thousands of individuals during floods and even during their own medical conditions that they would help raise funds for. So we would like to invite Mr. Sunil Sukhvir to the rostrum to share with us a few words. Mr. Sunil, you have 5 minutes. And thank you.
So I was about to say that I don't have somebody standing behind me. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Dear fellow members of on the stage, and to start with, when I see the flowers in the crowd, and I realize that Babaji has given us too much of a praise to say we are the chosen ones. I see so many chosen ones sitting down in the crowd, and I know each of one of you who have contributed to the world in the name of oneness, and I celebrate all of you here. Thank you. So let me be quick, because I'm worried somebody come and stand behind me. Celebration of oneness is what we all are here for. I'll start with that duality is a phenomena that we humans make. Duality means do chitta, the second. Maybe our eyes, our ears, our hands, our legs, our brains, our heart, that all come in pairs, in two, have forgotten the oneness in this physical space. We have forgotten the oneness. Living in oneness is being human. Living in oneness is actually just being human. It's not divine. We start with being human, and divinity will automatically happen. Nature's core elements guide us to this oneness. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Pavan Guru, Pani Pita, Mata Tarat Mahat, which means air is the teacher, water is our father, and earth is the mother. And these elements illuminate the oneness in this world. All of us use that one air, that one water, and stand on that single one earth. And that is the one that brings us together as one. Nature is our first teacher. This is our bond of oneness, our chain of connection. Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, Na ko bairi nahi bigana. Sagal sang hamko banai, meaning to say, no one is my enemy, none is a stranger. Oneness teaches us to live in harmony and serve without seeing duality. The 10th Master, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Manas ki jaat sab ek hai pehchanbo. Recognize the human race as one. And that is what United Sikhs' motto is. United Sikhs live on this motto. Recognize the human race as one. To serve all, not discriminating color, gender, race or religion, rich or poor, local or foreigner. When you raise your hand for help, United Sikhs will serve. We are not here to judge your needs. We are not here to judge anybody. We are here to serve. United Sikhs is an international organization in 11 chapters worldwide. In Malaysia, we serve throughout the country, in offices up north, in Perak, in Selangor, Klang Valley, Southern and East Coast. Our services are around food aid, and we have some very esteemed people on the stage here who we have worked together to make this happen. Medical aid to support medical needs, people with heart diseases, accident cases, baby delivery cases, legal aid helping abused families settle down in safer areas, sending back stranded foreigners, helping those who have deceased in Malaysia to be cremated, or even sending their remains back to the country of origin. A listening helpline which lends an ear for those who are in distress. And the last is a relief and a shelter home, about 7,000 square feet of space to help people who are stranded, flood, helpless, and homeless, and for emergency cases. I would like to leave you with this. Striving to ensure no calls go unanswered and no cry for help goes unheard, we always will be in your service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sunil, and we thank you for your service. The next flower that we would like to call upon would be Venerable Dr. K. Sri Dhammaratna. Venerable is the chief incumbent bhikkhu of the Buddhist Mahavihara. Venerable Dato has established the T. Ratna Welfare Center, which offers services that include clinics, orphanages, elderly homes, as well as refuge centers, which helps neglected mothers and also their children. Venerable, please humbly grace us with your 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, MC. And Guruji, all my dear brothers and sisters of our speakers, and brothers and sisters, very good evening to all of you. Of course, we have the limited time, 5 minutes. So now I believe 1 minute is all over. But anyway, each and every one of us, we are talking about oneness. Every religion, whatever ways, eventually they teach us oneness is togetherness. But unfortunately, remember, when we come to this world, we do not know I am belong to what race, what religion, but after we come to this world only, we try to claim. And once we come into this world, we really try our best to learn from mothers, fathers, teachers, all the way from primary school, from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and all the way universities. So while we are getting academic knowledge, at the same time, we have to learn some moral and ethics. Otherwise, the world is really going to be a different way, like animal worlds. And today, I'm very happy to be with all of you to talk about the oneness, but at the same time, I think time has limited for us to reach out to many people. I hope the organizers will be able to organize more and more this kind of gathering in order to make people understand why we are here. Brothers and sisters, we are talking about oneness or togetherness. Whatever religion, we taught us to be a good people. None of religion did not ask you to do any evil thing. But unfortunately, most of our people has forgotten our original teacher's teaching. Interpretations, different interpretation make us different way to behave ourselves. And anyway, when I want to mention about how Buddhists, they advised people to be oneness is unity or harmony. If you have unity, definitely we no need any peacemakers or any forces. So it's one of the best weapons for us to reach out to the people is loving kindness. Loving kindness. When we come to talk or action to the love, it's through sincere heart we are reaching out to the people. And unfortunately, most of us, our mind go to the negative thing to do. And Malaysia is one of the beautiful countries. We are living in multiracial, multi-religion. So far, we did not have any major issues. Anything when we want to do, come to especially natural disasters. We never identify, this is Malay community, this is Chinese community, this is Indian community or Sikh community. We all the way go to help the human being. That time we don't choose, this is Malay or Chinese or Indian or whatever it is. But when we want to go all the way to help, first thing is we come to our mind, they are also human beings. They also have the same blood. So therefore, tonight is considered very, very limited time. Being myself orang tua, from chair to come to this place also takes some time. So, but anyway, I hope we will be able to come together to build up our human relationship. So remember, it's one of the good example. We have so many brothers and sisters in order to share their experience when they do charity work. Being myself also another social worker in this country, I go all the way to help people without thinking I'm a Buddhist or I should not do this, I should not do it. In order to help and assist the people, we go all the way to help. There are many ways. During last time, tsunami time, we helped many people, and then we have helping underprivileged children, all people, all our brothers and sisters, and many, many other ways we are trying our best to help. But one of the main things I would like to remind, recently, each and every one of us, we faced COVID-19. Our life has changed. Millions of life has sacrificed. Millions of people already face the sicknesses. At the same time, mentally, thousands of people has changed. So, I saw alarm is come, ringing, alarm ring, but anyway, whatever, my appeal to all of you, we are human beings, not one race, one religion. That is only label, but we are all are human beings. So therefore, we work together, we live together, and we continue our journey for many, many lives. So with this, once again, I would like to wish each and every one of you, may all beings be well and happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. The next flower that we would like to call upon stage to grace us would be Dato' Lachumanan Ramata. Dato' Lachumanan Ramata is the president of Brahma Kumari, Malaysia. Dato' Lachumanan has conducted many events, be it lectures or seminars that equip us with knowledge regarding self-development, positive thinking, stress management, and values education. Dato', we humbly invite you to share your 5 minutes on stage with us now.
Om Shanti. Greetings of peace to everyone. I really appreciate the sharing that is taking place here about how to celebrate oneness and exchange love with each other. You look at the world, look at the people in the world. I could see that it's very difficult to see unity among people today. So this sharing hopefully will create some very powerful awareness that what is causing us disunity. there's divine light, then there's the word Father, then there's provider, and this divine light is everywhere. Are you divine light? Are you a light? How do you know? How do you know? Today, we have to really understand very clearly that this is body and there is light. Inside the body, all of us, inside the body there is light, the living light, created by the divine light. So, we are not this body. We are souls. We are not Malay, Chinese, this and that. If you forget that you are the light, you cannot create oneness. Oneness can be created only if all of us think that we all are lights. And why do I have to think that we all are light? The divine light, he or her, is ocean of love. The divine light is ocean of power. The divine light is everything. He has everything. And he has provided us that everything. So therefore, brothers and sisters, we have to start thinking that we are not the body, but the soul. And the soul that has got the quality of the Creator. Whatever quality of the Creator, that's the quality the creation will have. So if I believe there's a Creator, if I believe that there's a greatest power, if that power has created me, I too have everything. I have love inside me. I have purity inside me. I am a soul. I don't see you as this color, this race, that race. No. I am not seeing the external. See the internal. Internally, I am light, I am soul. Externally, everybody is a soul. So, it is a family of souls. We all are family of souls. Only if we consider ourselves as a soul, there is no differentiation. We are together. This we have forgotten. And we have forgotten that we are lights, and that's why we are not able to create our divine qualities. On that point, I thank you for giving me these few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato, for sharing such wisdom with us. The next flower that we'd like to call up onto stage is Madam Joanna Goh. Madam Joanna Goh is from the Baha'i community of Malaysia. The Baha'i community is one of learning and action, free from any sense of superiority or claim to exclusive understandings of truth. So let's hear from Madam Joanna Goh. Madam Joanna, please grace us with your 5 minutes.
Can I hold? Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you can hear me clearly. Right. So it's certainly an honor being here. On behalf of the Baha'i community of Malaysia, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting us to this wonderful event. When I came today, I don't know many of the people here, but all of you make me very welcome. Like, I was greeted with many friendly faces, and many people came and asked me, have you taken your dinner? And when I was sitting there on stage, I really enjoyed looking at all of you, your radiant faces. I felt like I've been invited to a very grand party, which each one of you has brought gifts or goodies. With it, I don't mean like physical goodies. All of your radiant faces, your unique attributes, your character, your talents, these are the gifts that I received in today's party to celebrate this oneness and our love for each other. So I felt very welcome to this party, and I really thank all of you and the organizer. Maybe we give ourselves a big clap for this. Yeah. I think the organizer has selected a very unique theme for today's event, and it's wonderful to see so many of you from different backgrounds gathered here. So some of you even dress in your traditional costumes like what I do. So imagine this hall as a garden, and each one of us is like the flower in this garden. So though we are different in our kinds, our colors, our shapes, but we contribute to the beauty and diversity of this garden. So in contrast, imagine a garden where all the flowers are like same in color and shape. It suddenly will be less charming, right? So this oneness that we are looking at does not mean like uniform. We don't need to be the same to be one, but this is a oneness that we are working at, is the oneness in diversity. And this brings the beauty of the human garden. So quoting from Baha'u'llah's creative words, he said that ye are all leaves of one tree and fruits of one branch. It means we are like flowers of one garden. The teaching of oneness of humanity, like we are one human family, is central to the heart of the teachings of the Baha'i faith. So to embrace this diversity of humanity, it means much more than the tolerance to the differences. Rather, these differences actually contribute to the harmony. So our differences are like the different notes that makes up the different chords and form a beautiful melody in all of us. So this oneness and in diversity has enabled us to embrace the diverse shades of thoughts, temperament, and character. As a medical researcher myself, I personally like another analogy given by Baha'u'llah on oneness. Baha'u'llah has compared the world of humanity to the human body. So within our human body, there are millions of cells. And all these cells, they are different in their form, and they perform different functions, and they play their part to bring a complete human systems. So this principle of oneness that governs all these cells is cooperation. The cells does not compete for resources, but instead they are in a constant form of giving and receiving. So we are just like different cells in a human body. All of us are unique in that sense. So with this understanding, we accept the oneness and we try to eliminate all forms of prejudice, be it in the form of religions, backgrounds, gender, or races. And along this analogy, no matter how insignificant and small that cell is, each one of the cell, and like us, it's created unique. And we have a role to play. So Baha'is believe in the nobility of humankind, and we believe that each one of us can contribute to the advancement of society in terms of spiritually and materially. So when we are like the cells, each one of us is unique. It doesn't matter how small we are, each one of us can be a protagonist for change. So to build a vibrant community, it cannot be like a single individual or a small collective people to bring about this change, no matter how well-intentioned they are. So cells have to work collectively to perform the functions of an organ. So Baha'i sees every individual as that protagonist, and we are happy to work with all the members. So these noble thoughts will not bring an effect if they live at the level of thoughts. It needs to be translated in actions. So on a practical level, the principle of oneness defines the relationships between us and the community members. So the Baha'is in every neighborhoods and villages, we meet with our neighbors very regularly, and we discuss the needs of our neighborhood. And the Baha'is and their friends, they are also engaged in a continuous process of learning and study, reflect, consult, so that they can also increase their personal capacity to contribute to meaningful service to their community. So the Baha'i friends, they are involved in empowering, teaching the children and youth in their community to develop their spiritual capabilities, their intellectual capabilities, so that they can also contribute to this advancement in their own community. So it is through this process that in some places that we begin to see the glimpses of the power of oneness after decades of continuous and dedicated efforts. When the community come together to serve each other, we experience this feeling of unity and oneness, and we begin to see the power of unity in our actions. So before I end, I would like to compliment the organizer again for creating such a wonderful space like this for us to reflect, to contemplate, and celebrate this oneness. Many people may say that achieving the oneness is actually a utopian vision, but I beg to differ. With all of us here coming from diverse backgrounds and gathered here today is already a testimonial that it is possible to achieve this oneness. What is left for us to work is to extend this invitation so that we can invite more our brothers and sisters of the human family to come together and celebrate in this grand party like this. So unity is a sign of maturity. The fundamental principle of oneness of humankind requires a profound development in our thinking and in our actions. With this, I would like to end with this inspiring quote by Abdul Baha, which is the son of Baha'u'llah. If you desire with all your heart friendship with every race on earth, your thought, spiritual and positive, will spread. It will become the desire of others, growing stronger and stronger until it reaches the minds of all men. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Enago. The next flower we would like to call upon would be Dr. Madhusudan Shanmugam, who is the co-founder of the Teddy Mobile Clinic, who treats underprivileged communities who are unable to afford proper medical treatment. He is actually famously known as Teddy Bear Doctor, and I'm guessing we're all wondering why. Please do let us know why you're known as the Teddy Bear Doctor. So you have 5 minutes, Doctor. Please grace the stage with your speech.
Hello. I'm definitely one of the bigger flowers in size. Okay, can you all hear me clearly? Okay, Sat Shri Akal. Okay, I hope you all are doing good, and even if you are not, don't worry, bad things don't last long. Except for my age and also the balding of my co-founder, Alfred. Okay, so there were so many awesome speakers before me, and there's definitely more speakers after me, so I'll try to make it as short as possible, and I'll be as brief as possible, so do bear with me. First of all, thank you all for giving me the opportunity to stand here and talk nonsense, I think, because I cannot remember whatever I wanted to talk. I've written, but it's too much for 5 minutes, I think. Okay, so today, as we all know, we are gathered here to celebrate oneness. And here's my perception of what I think oneness is and should be. Okay, so before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Madhusudan, also known as the teddy bear doctor of Malaysia for various reasons. And I'm actually a Chindian. Okay, so my mother is Chinese, my father is Indian, and I look like Malay. So I'm actually the perfect example of what you call as Satu Malaysia. And so that is my definition of oneness. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so on a regular day, I am just a normal doctor. I actually was born in Alustar, but grew up all my life in Klang. I grew up in my father's clinic. Okay, so the house was upstairs and the clinic was downstairs. So all my homework and tuition was everything done in front of my father while he was treating the patients. And I used to see him provide free medical care for the people, for the community around the clinic who couldn't afford basic medical care. And I saw the genuine happiness on his face when he was providing this treatment. And I thought to myself that one day, when I grow up and become a doctor, I would like to do the same as him. So he has been my biggest inspiration, and he has always thought that everybody is the same. Treat everyone as a human being first. So on a day-to-day basis, I help my father and my brother in the clinic, which is my family clinic in Klang. And it's at night where my team and I, we go out to the streets and help those who are in need. So we run a free mobile clinic called the Teddy Mobile Clinic. Okay, I used to be huge, okay, very huge, and hence my name Teddy Bear. And I used to give a lot of teddy bears to the children on the streets. So that was the reason why I named it as the Teddy Mobile Clinic. So that was on every Wednesday night. And the reason why we have started helping the homeless is, see, most of you might ask, why help the homeless? Okay, see, our perception is homeless people are either criminals or drug addicts. But it's only when I started talking to them and interacting to them is when I came to know that every single one of them had a different story to tell of why they have become homeless. For example, we met an uncle who was 70 years old of age and he was suffering from colon cancer. See, the reason why he left his family and became on the streets is because he didn't want to be a burden to his family members. He could have lived with them, but he knew that they cannot afford the treatment to bring him to the hospital. And so he is on the streets. And at the same time, there was another uncle who was quite well-to-do. He educated his children overseas. He gave them whatever they needed. But just because of his medical condition where he used to bed wet, and the family members felt that he was an embarrassment to the family because there was always a urine smell on him. And whenever relatives come to the house, there used to be urine smell, and they chased him out, and he was there on the street. So this is why we thought we have to treat the homeless as humans too, and that is why we are doing this. Okay, let me skip 3 more paragraphs. Okay. Apart from this medical clinic for the homeless, we also do a lot of shopping for the Raya, for orphanage homes, for Raya celebrations, Deepavali celebrations. We have frequent Orang Asli village visits. We also help the Terengganu and Kelantan flood victims and so on. So in this line of charity that we do, we have never once mentioned that we are just going to help only the Indian community, or we have never heard any of our Malay volunteers saying that, oh, we are here only to help the Malay people. Because my team, actually what I see is they see those we help as humans first. They have never thought of any religion. And I would like to say that my team and I always say this, and we are proudly, will keep saying this, that we are all colorblind. Okay, we all see people as human beings first. See, I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay, so yes, poverty doesn't discriminate. Okay, so we do not discriminate too. See, today it may be him or her, tomorrow it might be me or you being on the streets too. So, and we cannot be expecting, oh, okay, I'm Indian, I only want the Indian community to come and help me. By then I'll be dead, right? Yeah, so we are all humans first. Okay, and more than the charity that we do, I would like to say about the team. Okay, we started as a very small group, only about 7 of us, and now we have grown to a very huge family. And our team people, okay, they have the same thought and mission. They are from different backgrounds, They are teachers, lawyers, students, housewives, and some of them who were homeless, but they have come and volunteered with us to help the other homeless people. And the only thought and mission that they have is to help those who are in need without expecting anything in return. Okay, and probably the only benefit that they have got from this is the happiness and the smiles that people give that we have been helping. And that is one of the biggest encouragement for us to continue what we are doing. Okay, let me see where to continue. Okay, I think so. That is all I wanted to say. Okay, about oneness. And okay, we cannot say that we are 100% not racist. Every single one of you have definitely given a racist remark before. Let's say, for example, maybe a minute which is unavoidable because we are all humans. It's our human nature. For example, we go to a Chinese restaurant and it's so noisy and we say, yeah, these Chinese people so noisy lah. Or we are queuing up in a long queue and the first thing we say, oh, cashier is a Malay, no wonder so slow. And the same thing, not forgetting, if you are sitting in a restaurant and you see a group of Indians talking out louding and hysterically, the first thing that comes to mind, India mabok. See, but we cannot say this as racist because this was the stereotype we have been hearing since we are kids. Okay, first of all, we are all humans. Okay, we may have different skin color, but we have the same blood. Unless you are a Masuri descendant, your blood may be white. And we all have the same heart. Only the percentage of blockage for every one of us may differ. Right? Okay, so I think so that's all. Let's live harmoniously together as one. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Teddy Bear Doctor. The next flower we would like to call up on stage will be Dr. Gary Liu. So Dr. Gary Liu is the founder of Street Feeders. Gary was introduced to humanitarian service at a very young age of 13 years old by his mother. He then went on several missions, such as to Kenya, and also then founded Street Feeders, where he continued to serve the homeless. Gary, please grace us with your 5 minutes.
So they tell me I have 5 minutes, so you won't get to hear me sing today. Dr. Stephen Strange once said to Spider-Man, do you know what's the greatest gift we can receive in our lifetime? The greatest gift is a chance just once to make a difference. And that reminds me of my parents. This very hall, 38 years ago this week, my parents had their wedding reception right here. And she's not here, don't worry, you don't have to clap. My mom started me at the soup kitchen when I was very young. And in the past 20 years of serving the homeless, I realized the common thread in homelessness is love. The lack thereof, or because of it. My street friends, they're not just poor of material things. They're poor, most of all, of love, of that human connection. We all crave love, don't we? Even animals. To love and to be loved. And when you have no one to call family, you suddenly realize it wasn't gravity that was keeping you on the ground all this time. It was knowing that you are loved unconditionally by a brother, a mother, a grandparent, a wife, family. My street friends, they taught me that we are all one. We all have the same hopes and dreams. And for better or worse, we all need each other. Now, compassion is not this wonderful, esoteric, godlike feature that only the special among us will ever taste. It is something that truly exists in each and every one of you. I'm asking you to take that first step. You can make your community proud. You can make your parents proud. You can even make yourself proud. You can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way. Be that change you want to see in this world. And if I could wrap up with a story, you didn't think I was going to end that fast. It's one morning after a storm, and this old man is walking along the beach, and in the distance he sees a figure moving like a dancer. And as he approaches this figure, he notices it's a little girl. She's bending over, picking up a starfish, and she's tossing it into the sea. He turns to this little girl and says, "Young lady, what are you doing?" The little girl says, "The sun is out and the tide is gone, and if I do not take the starfish and throw them into the ocean, they will surely die." The old man looks at the little girl and says, "Young lady, there are miles and miles of beach and thousands of starfish. You cannot possibly make a difference." The little girl bends over once again, picks up another starfish, and she throws it into the sea. And she says, "It made a difference to that one." Be like that little girl. Make a difference. Even if it's just to one person. Because it makes all the difference to that person. Miracles are sometimes simply good people with kind hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gary Liu. The next flower would be Hassan Al-Akra. So Hassan Al-Akra is the founder of Al-Hassan Volunteer Networks. He is a Syrian refugee who has seen and heard the sufferings of other young refugees, which transformed Hassan into a warrior who fights to uplift refugees and underprivileged in Malaysia. Hassan, you have 5 minutes to grace us. You may start now.
Okay. I wanted to say good afternoon, but now it's good night. So thank you so much to the organizers, Guruji, and everyone for being here today. I'm pretty sure some aunties here, when they saw me, they're like, "What this boy doing here, la?" You know, with all those legends. So I asked myself the same question with all these people on stage who have done remarkable things in this world. And as a young person, I'm trying to be the best I am. So to give a bit of background about myself, and I'll do it as fast as I can. I came from Syria. At the age of 12, I arrived in Malaysia because of the war in my country. And the war in Syria, you know, the media tells you it's because of religion, but actually it's not. It's all about politics and power and money. Because no religion teaches violence. I had classmates who were Christians. I myself, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Sushi. Sushi stands for half Sunni, half Shia. So that's what we call a term for sushi. And, you know, there was no issues at all during, you know, the years we've lived in Syria. And it only started when politics and corruption. So, of course, being a refugee in Malaysia is not easy. And because there are no legal status to recognize refugees here. When we left Syria, we have lived under the war, in a war zone for at least a year. We have seen bombs flying above our house and hitting the villages next to us. So when we decided to leave, the reason we chose Malaysia is because before the war in Syria, back in 2006, there was a Malaysian family who used to live in Syria. The wife was studying there. And we met them at a mosque, and we got to know each other. At that time, my family and I, we can't speak English, only Arabic, our mother tongue. And this family, they have learned Arabic, so we communicated in Arabic. And we have taken them to our home. We had lunch together. They invite us to their home. We had Malaysian food. It was a lovely meeting and, you know, knowing this family. And then they started having financial difficulties. And they couldn't afford to rent a house anymore. This was in Syria. So what we did is my family took them in to live with us. And we stayed together in the same house under the same roof for 3 years. A Syrian family and a Malaysian family. You see, thank you. And then soon after that, the wife completed her studies and they returned to Malaysia. But we still kept in touch through WhatsApp. And then when the war started, they told us, "Come here, it's safer here." We arrived in Malaysia, they welcomed us from the airport, and we lived in their home for the first few weeks until we settled down. So the reason I like to share this story is that back in Syria, when we saw them and they needed help, we didn't look at where they come from. We didn't look at what their race, nationality, or ethnicity was. We helped for the sake of helping, for the sake of humanity, and that's what oneness stands for as human beings. And we, if you ask us a few years ago that, Hassan, you and your family, do you ever think that you will leave Syria and you'll become refugees in a country that you have never heard of before? Malaysia, we've never heard of such a country before. I will tell you, no, that's impossible. But you see, that's exactly what happened to us. We became refugees, and this same exact family that we helped years ago helped us back. And that is the concept of helping. When we help people in need, we shouldn't think twice. Because you never know what could happen to you tomorrow. You never know what could happen to you 5, 10 years from now. That's how kindness works. God will send people along your way to support you if you are kind to others. So the situation for refugees is, of course, not easy. Access to legal rights, access to education, access to basic human rights and healthcare, including. And through our project, it's called Refugee Emergency Fund, REF, we support cases that need medical attention. We crowd for them through social media. We raise funds for them. And we have another project with Dr. Gladys and a few friends. And here, some of our volunteers are present here, over there, who work tirelessly to run some of these cases. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Before I end, I would like to share with you one case, a story, and then I will end it there. We started a project called Tiny Gold Heart Project, TGHP, and this project started by Dr. Gladys, a dear friend of mine, who wanted to help refugee children who are diagnosed with heart conditions in Malaysia. Because for them to just have a surgery, it costs at least 80 to 150,000 ringgit. And as you know, because they come from poverty, they can't afford to pay for the surgery. So we have done a number of children at IGN, Institute Jantung Negara, and that time we had an ongoing 4 cases that we were fundraising for them. And the fundraising was coming slowly. And then we got a call from Johor Bahru, in a hospital from Johor Bahru, saying there's a newborn baby, a refugee child of our Rohingya parents, who is diagnosed with a heart condition and needs a surgery by end of this week. Do you have at least 40,000 to pay for admission? We, of course, looked at our funds and we don't have that amount. And we have 4 children who are on the wait list for the fundraising. So doctors told us that this baby has a very high chance of survival. If only do this surgery and that's it. The child will survive and will have a long, happy life. The only issue is getting the money. 40,000 is a big number. So we were all stressed out. Dr. Gladys, me, the whole team, we were all stressed out. Okay, what do we say? It's a new child, it's a baby. If we say no, that's it. The hospital were ready to discharge the baby to go home, spend the last few moments of his life with his parents. So it was up to me and the team to decide whether or not to say yes or no. And I believe strongly in miracles, because the same thing happened when all the other children came to us needing the heart surgeries. We had the same discussion, and every time we say yes, blessings come. We never turned away a child, not once. So I told myself, thank you. I told myself, how is this child any different? Let's do it. Say yes, tell the doctors, please don't discharge the baby, keep him in the NICU, we will fundraise the money, give us 2 days at least. So they scheduled the surgery, they gave us time, a week actually, and we said, okay, that's better. Hopefully we have some time to raise funds. We posted on Facebook and on Instagram, we posted a photo of the child, we posted the story, and I was honest in the story. As I was writing it, I was honest, I was telling donors, hey, we need 40,000 to save this child, and the decision is ours, and the decision is yours as donors to save this child. Surprisingly, we needed only 40,000, and the surprise came that within less than 24 hours, we raised 140,000. And this all came from public, citizens, NGOs. An NGO here, United Sikh organization that have supported with some of the funding. A lot of donors, some donor would give 1 ringgit, some donor would give 5 ringgit, some donor would give 10 ringgit. Collectively, it made 140,000 ringgit, which was then, we were able to help not only this baby, his name is baby Arman, we were able to help the other 4 children. And they all underwent the heart surgery, and it went successful. I wish there was a projector here to show you the pictures of these babies. It's very, very heartwarming. And that's exactly what kindness stands for. If we all collectively come together, not looking at their race, at their religion, at the, you know, where they come from, their background, and just help for the sake of helping, remarkable things would be achieved. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hassan, and thank you for teaching us about determination and perseverance. The next flower that we would like to call upon is Dr. Pernjoti. Dr. Pernjoti is the president of the Siva Santa Dialysis and Medical Center. This clinic, Dharma Siva Santa, has been providing free medical care to all for the last 33 years, serving over 300,000 patients. We humbly invite Dr. Pernjoti to share his 5 minutes with us.
I wouldn't say good night, that means you can all go home, you know? But good evening. Thank you very much, Sant Baba Baldev Singh Ji and all the Sikhs for organizing this interfaith commonality. We are all born into different races, different religions, different color, different food. Why? Why? I think it is an accident, isn't it? We are not choosing our race, religion, and color, yet we fight with each other. The great French philosopher Rousseau said, man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. He's tied down by this and tied down by that. So this, we have to look at the commonality of all religions. Everyone says love. Sabke kelu tumhara Prabhu ji, sabke kelu tumhara. Everything is yours. Ram japan kyo chod diya, chod diya. Why did you give up Lord's name? You have not given up corruption, you have not given up anger, you have not given up hatred. So these kind of songs was sung by a great Hindu monk, and I fell for him, and his name was one Swami Shantanand, who came to this country in 1971, and in 1982 he started the Temple of Fine Arts to teach, or rather to lead our youngsters away from the bad evils of man and get into music, dance as a way of going higher, evolving spiritually. And in that process, we started what we call the clinic Dharma Shiva Shanta in 1981, which gives free service. And so far, we have given about 400,000 patients we have treated. We have done 100 medical camps. We have gone and done a lot of disaster reliefs, from the Nepal earthquake to East Malaysia floods to the latest Shah Alam floods, when we have gone, as an NGO, we have gone into the deep flood waters to help people. So we are not the only ones doing this. In God's plan. There are others. The United Sikhs were giving free meals to so many. Entaro Mahanubavalu Antariki Vandanamulu in Telugu language. Oh, what are the great souls all over the world. To them, my humble prostrations. So we plan to do a free medical hospital, actually. It's not in the sense of staying in hospital, but a free medical center in Brickfields, which will serve everybody. So far, we have served everybody anyway. We don't care whether you are from a foreigner or a local. Most of our patients are from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Rohingya. So the government says non-citizens cannot be treated. We say all human beings must be treated. That's the only difference. We hope and pray that religion is not learning from books, but it's an experience. It's an inner experience. And our master, whose guru was Swami Shivananda Maharaj of India, who was actually a doctor in Malaysia between 1913 to 1923. And then he went to India and became a monk and became a God-realized soul. He says, "Adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto thee. Thou art Satchit Ananda. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger, hatred, jealousy." In Sanskrit, they call it kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryam. All the 6 enemies of human ascent towards divinity. Grant us inner spiritual strength. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember thee. Let us sing thy glories. Let thy name be ever in our lips. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. Thank you very much to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Paranjoti. Last but not least, the flower, Madam Pushpinder Kaur. Madam Pushpinder Kaur is the president of Sikh Mai Malaysia. As a single mother who faced tremendous challenges in her life, she garnered the strength together with the other single mothers to establish the Sikh Single Mothers Association in Ipoh, Perak. We humbly invite Madam Pushpinder Kaur to spend her 5 minutes on stage with us.
The most revered and respected Babaji, blessed Sangat that I believe you have traveled from overseas to be here with us today, honorable speakers, distinguished guests, Sat Sangat Ji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I have good news and bad news. Good news is I'm the last speaker. No one else to bore you. But bad news is I'm a teacher. You give a teacher a mic, she's not going to take 5 minutes. Anyway, all right. Exactly 20 years ago, I moved from Pahang to Perak with 4 small kids, youngest being 1.5 years old, uprooted from a marriage due to some domestic problems, and I stood alone, thinking, what am I going to do? I have 4 kids. I have a job. Yes, I can work. But how am I going to bring them up? Because of Vaheguru's grace, I had very good family support, relatives support, very good friends. I managed too, and I thought I was okay. I met a few friends, we were all professionals, we were all working, and we all could support our families, though we went through very hard times. Until one day, one sister, one Penji came up and told me, Penji, you're so lucky. I said, why? You're working. You have a job. You can take care of your family. Penji, I'm not working. I don't know what to do with my kids. I don't know how to move on. Then it dawned on us. There are so many sisters and single mothers who are out there alone. Hence, the birth of SIGMI. In 2008, we started Six Single Mothers Association, registered association based in Ipoh Perak, and we are open to single mothers of all race and religion, simply for the fact that every woman needs help. Every woman needs to stand back, to be herself again in order to bring up her family. Oneness begins from the smallest unit, and the smallest unit is a family. If we all know, the mother brings oneness in a family. If a mother breaks, how is the family going to survive? So we started this association. A few of us, my sisters are here, and we started extending help to single mothers financially, helping them to cope with the situation, helping them with the education of their children, helping them to stand on their feet again, showing them ways how they can bring their family, make their family again. With Vaheguruji's grace, this year we have bought a property, we have bought a home, and we have opened a shelter come halfway home, based solely on donations from Sangat like you, and our home is functioning. We have housed many mothers who were distressed. We bring them in, we open our doors, we give them our shoulders to cry on, we give them a listening ears, we counsel them, we give support, emotional help, and of course, whatever they need to stand on their feet with the help of other NGOs. Today, we are proud to say we have helped so many families, and with Vaheguru's grace, the children have come up and they have become the breadwinners of their family. Just imagine if there is no one to support, not only financially, Sangatji, but these mothers, they also need emotional support. They need a listening ear. They need to know they are one with us. So we tell them, we have been there and now we are one with you. That is our motive, that is our objective. Within receiving a case, we give ourselves not more than 48 hours to reach, to counsel, to help that family that is in distress. We have about nearly 400 mothers, single fathers, mothers consisting of divorcees, those who have separated, single women, widows. We even have single fathers, and we have a huge number of distressed families. Distressed families means the father is there, but the provider is the mother. Due to health problems, due to the father being in rehabilitation, due to the father being, father has absconded. We have so many of these families, and we are doing our best. We are nowhere near these organizations. They have extended help so far and so out. We are just starting. We are just starting. So thank you so much to the organizers for giving us this opportunity to talk about ourselves. Please, if you know of anyone or if you yourself need support, please reach out to us. We are Sigma members and we are based in Ipopera, and we help anyone from anywhere, of any race and any religion. Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Pushpindaka. And now that all the chosen flowers have spoken and shared with us 5 minutes or a little more, and we would like to call upon Babaji to share a few words.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਹੁਣੇ ਬੇਟੀ ਪੁਸ਼ਪਿੰਦਰ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਗਏ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਡੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਹਨ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ greatness is not measured by the vastness, by the volume. It is measured by the intensity. That how much, whatever you do, how much love you put into that. And we all were feeling when you are talking that you are giving 100% of yourself. We have heard from all these so beautiful souls, so beautiful, and it shows us that assortment of the garden of the Lord makes it so beautiful. Had there been only one type of flowers, it would have been a poor garden. ये जो मनुष्यता दी विलक्षणता है, वक्रे वक्रे ਆਪਾਂ दिसदे हाँ, ਇਹ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਗ ਦੀ ਰਿਚਨੈਸ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬਾਗ ਬਹੁਤ ਗਰੀਬ ਜਿਹਾ ਬਾਗ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਸੀ। ਔਰ ਜੋ how moving stories we have heard from each and every speaker. This night is going to be ever remembered, at least for me, as long as I am on this earth. कोई चीज़ भी सेलिब्रेट की जाती, कुछ पा के कुछ करके. We are celebrating oneness and love for each other. ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ, ਪਿਆਰ। ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਾ ਲਈ, ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਕੁਛ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ। ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ। ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਪਾਉਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ, ਉਹ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ। We celebrate something when we achieve something, when we reach somewhere. We celebrate at the end of the journey. The only thing which is celebrated in the world before even starting the journey is the marriage. Because afterwards nobody would celebrate it. And we are celebrating their love, your love. When we were hearing their love for humanity and you were clapping, it showed that you had love in you. And that's what we are celebrating. The love in you, the love in you. Time बहुत हो गया, ਅਸੀਂ एक चीज़ जान लग्या कहना चाਹੁੰਦੇ कि सारी संगत ਨੂੰ बहुत ही प्यारा नाल जी आया। पर जे ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ महाराज जी ਦਾ मैसेज दुनिया ਵਿੱਚ फैलाਉਣਾ, सारे ਸਰੋਤਿਆਂ ने ਕਿਹਾ कि ਸਾਨੂੰ बहुत चंगा लगा। Everybody said that they liked this platform, they appreciated it. We appreciate you because it is you who are making all the difference in the world. You. We are the spectators. You are the actors. And we are so grateful to you. And when other speakers mention you, how beautiful it is. And how beautiful. एक चीज़ कहना चाहने कि जे महाराज जी का मैसेज आप दुनिया च फैलाना ते आप फैलाना ओदी मेहर नाल, ते फिर एक घर तो शुरू होना, ये अपने घर तो शुरू होना। आप सारिਆਂ ने अपने अंदर देखना कि जो जोत की गल हो रही सी, जोत का मतलब सी कि आप जेडे 4-5 जने घर विच रहने, कि आप एक दूसरे दे विच परमात्मा की जोत देखते हैं? डू वी रियली सी the divine light in the people who are living in the same house, in the family? Do we? If we do that, only then we can celebrate it. Only then we can celebrate it. But if at home there is no love, that recognizing the divine light is something far, far away, then we have to work at each other's. Because it must start from home. Only then it can be spread to other homes, other people. These, the chosen ones, the favored ones, children of the divine, have been so kind to all of us to take their time and come here all the way from other states of Malaysia to enrich us with their passion for goodness, their love for humanity. So, ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਅੱਜ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਮੈਂ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋਤ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ। And now let us sing this line that we all are. It's the same power who is beating in each and every one of us. It's the same power which is talking in each and every one of us. And it's the same power which laughs. It's the same power which cries. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਧੜਕਦਾ ਏ. We all are one. In each and every one of us, the same divine force is beating our hearts. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਧੜਕਦਾ ਏ. ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਧੜਕਦਾ ਏ. ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਉਹੀ ਠਣਕਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ. It is His vibrations within us which create our sound. It is God who is ਸਭ ਮੈਂ राम बोले रामा बोले राम बिना को बोले रे. Maharaj Ji says, in everyone it's the God who speaks. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਠਣਕਦਾ ਏ. ਠਣਕਦਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ एक लफ्ज़ शनकना, to ring. When we laugh, our insides ring. When we laugh, it's God who laughs. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਸ਼ਣਕਦਾ ਏ. ਆਪਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਤੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹਾਂ And then when we cry, sometimes we cry out of happiness, that we become so happy that happiness cannot be contained within, and it comes out in the form of tears. And then other times we cry out of pain, brim. Happiness or pain brims out of us. Shalkana. Shalkana ਹੁੰਦਾ कि कोई चीज पांडे विचों छलक के बाहर आ जाए. आपां एक हाँ सजना ते सब मैं ओही छलकदा है. एक हाँ सजना ते सब मैं आपां एक हाँ आपां एक हाँ सजना ते सब मैं वाहिगुरु. Once again, I want to say to all the speakers that how grateful and indebted we feel towards you for making this night, which it has been so beautiful, so memorable. And we wish everybody, each and everyone, that may God fill all of us with love, with compassion, with peace. And may you all live in houses of love. These houses and the houses of the world. परमात्मा तुहाडी लम्मियां उमरां करे और लम्मियां उमरां इस करके करे कि आपां बहुत दूर जाना है इस रास्ते ते, बहुत दूर जाना. बहुत प्यारा ना जी आए हैं. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦੇਸ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੇਸ਼ ਆਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. ਮੈਂ ਦੇਸ਼ ਜਾਣਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਉਡੀਕਾਂਗੇ. ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਉਡੀਕਾਂਗੇ. ਅਗਲੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪੁਰਬ ਮਨਾਉਣਾ बहुत वड्डे पैमाने ते. तुसीं आयो जरूर. जी आया जी आया. आपां एक हाँ सजना ते सब मैं ओही तड़कदा है.
Ladies and gentlemen, now that we've come to the end of the event, refreshments are being served, so do please help yourself before leaving. Thank you for your time. Could we kindly get all the speakers up on stage for a group picture, please?
Maybe sit down, stand there.
Could all the speakers kindly huddle up to take a group picture together?